Hi there, my name's Dave Snider. I'm the designer of ComicVine. I built the site along with my buddy Ethan Lance, and I'm just going to quickly sort of walk you through editing on the site and show you some of the features of ComicVine. So we're going to start by editing one of my favorite heroes, Deadpool. And as you can see, we've hit a page where there's nothing there yet. We've got some comic info, but that's about it. So I'm going to hit this, edit this page stub. And as you can see, I've got a form here. Now you've got tooltips pretty much everywhere for the form, and you can edit just about anything for a comic hero. So right now I'm just going to place in a pre-formatted description that I've already written for Deadpool. Obviously, you'll probably take a little more time, I'd hope. And I'm just going to set up some attributes. I'm setting him as a male. He is a human, though he, I guess, was sort of changed up a little bit. We're going to add his powers. He's got healing from Wolverine. He has gadgets, I believe. He has that sort of cool little chameleon cloak he's got. He also has some implants, and he is a weapon master. And because this guy tends to have a lot of powers, more than most guys, he also has unarmed combat. So right now we've gone through and just sort of added some basic things, but let's also edit some teams that he's a part of. We know, for example, that he is a member of Weapon X, which isn't really, a real team, but it is an organization. Let's also add him to, he at one point was a member of the Secret Defenders, or just the plain old Defenders. We're going to go ahead, and we've got pretty much everything there, and we'll preview. So right now we're previewing that exact data that we put in. This hasn't been submitted anywhere. We're just seeing how it looks and displays on the page. As you can see, it's sort of formatted things with the markdown code and made it a little easier to read. So this looks good to me, so I'm actually going to hit save up here, and I got to confirm. And next thing you know, we're at the edit queue for a personal user. As you can see, I've made a lot of submissions. Most of them have been approved. And we can see that the Deadpool one we just submitted is pending. So as using my staff privileges, I'm already going to just go ahead and approve Deadpool's information. And as you can see, when we actually get to that Deadpool page, the information's right there in live. Now this isn't going to happen for everybody. Obviously we got to take some time to moderate all submissions. Normally submissions go through within 24 hours. And if you submit enough content, we basically waive that so that you actually make live changes to the database. So because Deadpool is a pretty cool dude, I'm going to actually add him to my favorites. And you see these hearts everywhere on the site. They allow you to add a person to your favorites. It could be a person, a volume, anything. And as you can see, you just open up from anywhere on the site the favorites button, and you just click it, and there we go. Deadpool's right there. I can click to him immediately, or I can click to Wolverine, and boom. But let's go back to Deadpool, and one thing we're going to do, I'll show you how we add images on ComicVine. So again, we've got a page where nothing's there. We've got this page is a stub thing, but let's go through and click on it. I'm going to go ahead and call this gallery something. I'll just call it the Deadpool Pics Gallery. And I'm just going to say, hey, here's some fun pics of Deadpool. Now, basically, just choose file off your computer. I'll pick a couple Deadpool ones I have. Let me find them first. I probably put them in the wrong place. There we are. And as you can see, we have a cool little trick where, it'll actually show you till it uploads, and there it is. So we can do this multiple times. We can add another Deadpool image to this gallery. So let's do that right now. Let's pick that other one I had. There we go. It's one with him and the Punisher. So those went up pretty quick. Same sort of deal. You can preview, you can save. This time I'm just going to save it. Let's go straight there. And again, we're pending in the queue. You can always come back and see where your stuff is if we've looked at it. You will always get a PM when we've actually approved or even rejected something. We always try to explain why we've rejected things. Most of the time it's not your fault, it's just trying to understand the site a little better, how we organize data. We're just trying to make things as clean as possible for the comic industry because nobody's really doing this. And as you can see, we've got the Deadpool image right there. We can click right through it, go to that gallery, and it's got both of them. So pretty neat. One more thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and add a friend. Now this is pretty cool. We actually show the friends and enemies of any character. And just like everything else, we don't have any information here. So I'm going to go to that form and I'm going to add a new friend. And everybody knows that Deadpool's favorite buddy slash enemy is Cable. So as you can see, we do these pop-ups right here. You can just jump in and pick who you want to add. Boom, it's added Cable. Notice also that it brings in information that somebody already wrote for Cable, so that you could just go ahead and save right here, or you can add some stuff to it. I'm just going to add was once a Deadpool enemy. In fact, Deadpool tried to kill him, but now they seem like buddies. So right there we've got Cable. We could go ahead and add as many people as we wanted. Wolverine, for example, we could add him in there. If we made a mistake, we can just go, whoops, I made a mistake, and just remove it here. You can always leave a comment for the moderator if you're doing something weird. So for example, here I'll type in, you know, I I know he's an enemy, but sometimes they're buds. So again, we'll save where we could preview, but we're just going to save it. I'm going to go to the mod queue and approve this real quick, and we'll see what it looks like. So instead of searching, I'll just go to my favorites again. I'll pull up Deadpool. Still got the images, still got the powers. Let's see if that friends and family went in. Hey, there's Cable. Pretty neat. One of the last things I'll show you here is the powers. So we set all those powers to Deadpool, and as you can see, he's got a lot of them. Currently, though, he's unranked. At Comic Find, we actually rank people's powers and how strong they are in the ability. If you just click the top powers page, you'll see we've got a listing of the most powerful characters overall. But if we were to look at something like Weapon Master, which Deadpool is fluent in, then we can see a bunch of other characters that have that same power. So let's go back to Deadpool and let's rank him and see how he does against some other guys. So we'll do that Weapon Master one. And let's see how he does. Against Hellboy, I kind of see Deadpool with that. But if they could use all their powers, I'd probably pick a Hellboy, just because I'm kind of a big Hellboy fan. Against V from Vendetta, the Alan Moore character, I would pick Deadpool in both. And let's do some more. Deadpool versus Thor. That one's pretty tough. I'll say that Deadpool's better weapon master, but Thor being a god, I don't know, I think he might be able to beat him. We'll do one last one. So here, Deadpool versus Daredevil. I'll pick Weapon Master Deadpool, and Daredevil, I'm going to say he's going to beat him just because Daredevil is one of my all-time favorite characters. So let's go back and let's look at that powers list, and we'll see that Deadpool here, after being in some matches, is number 17 on the most powerful overall list. But when we go to Weapon Master, he's actually number 1. He's beat quite a few guys, and that's just because we've gone through and done it ourselves. Now, the more people that go and do this, the better our results are going to be, and it's always fair because it's just users voting, and just doing some stuff in testing. We actually saw that this data turned out pretty well. Like Batman's right up top. And that's basically if you believe that Batman beats Superman, which, I've always sort of gone with Frank Miller and said, definitely, as long as he's got some planning time, he's going to beat him. One thing that you also do from submitting data is you're basically earning points, and as you can see, I've gained some points just doing those submissions. So that's kind of it. I mean, that's just a brief rundown of things that you can do on Comic Find. If you wanted to, you could always, go down to the volume or even issue level and edit data there. So here, for example, is a volume that doesn't have a description. We'd always go and add it. We could also go in at an issue level, and you can see we've got the big cover here. Nobody's given us a plot summary here. We'd love for somebody to just jump in there and write some cool stories. You can also tag at the issue level, the volume level. You could tag a hero. All of it helps out, and it makes this site sort of unique in that we're really out there trying to catalog or comics. Anyways, that's about it, and I hope you enjoy the site. I hope you add data. We're always going to be here, sort of trying to add to the tool set and make it, an easy and fun place to be. That's about it. I'm Dave Snider for Comic Vine, and good luck, and, be a true believer. See ya.